For the party anthem. Let's write the party anthem. You may resume your seats. Thank you. Put your hands together for yourselves. Put your hands together for yourselves. The TEIN patrons, professors, the regional executives, national executives, CEOs, reps of ministers, reps of agency heads present here, TEIN executives, TEIN members, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media. First and foremost, we want to thank the Almighty God for another opportunity to interact with you. I remember clearly somewhere last year, I had a similar opportunity to stand before you and address you. It was just fresh from elections. So we had to commend you for the good work you keep doing for the party and the work you did for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. 1 year, 6 months on. So far, so good. The reset is on. And His Excellency the President is delivering on his promises. You can put your hands together for His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana. And we are looking at the theme, TEIN and Youth Expectations in Government. TEIN and Youth Expectations in Government. And in the first part, our attempt to address what we have done, what we need or we have marked out to do, and then what we expect you to do in order that you'll be able to prepare and meet the opportunities as stated by the commitment of His Excellency the President. His Excellency the President had an opportunity of being part of leadership at a very younger age. The reason why he's making him reflect in his leadership. For those of you who do not know, he served as SLC General Secretary for the University of Ghana. So he understands students' politics. Put your hands together for the President. He understands the dynamics on campus. Beyond having to experience life and leadership on campus, he put it under practice in his community. And usually student leaders, you hardly find them after SLC or TEIN wanting to be assembly members. But it is a good platform to start your political career from. Thankfully, the President put to practice what he studied or what he applied himself whilst with TEIN and the SLC, and ran for an assembly member position at his electoral area. And he won that election and became an assembly member. So this should motivate you that as the university passes through you and as you pass through the university, as you hand over as TEIN executives, as SLC executives, faculty executives, whatsoever, don't think that the local government structure and the leadership thereof is menial to start with. Don't think that you are done with school and for which reason you should leave the assembly members for the community people to struggle over it. Whichever transformation, whichever things that you have learned about leadership, try and then inculcate that at that level. So even as on campus and in school, I'm sure next year we would run that election again, the assembly member election. We want to get 10 people to support them, 10 people to stand in the stead. So that next time, in the next 20, 30 years, when you also become president, we can read your profile and indicate that you were a student leader, an assembly member, an MP, a deputy communication minister, a main minister, a vice president, a president, former president, and a president of the Republic of Ghana. Put your hands together for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Because you see, the story will not be interesting if you are hand-lifted or hand-picked to become president of the Republic of Ghana. So you realize that the leadership of president is very smooth and unprecedented because he speaks a lot of lessons from every level that he served with. So I really enjoy his meetings. Anywhere he stands, irrespective of the level of the meeting, he knows how to fit in because he's been part of society. Put your hands together again for His Excellency the President. So the President, knowing very well that majority of our local government structure resting on the assembly members and the work that they do, for the very first time, as part of our manifesto promise, we indicated to them that we are going to give them monthly allowances that will help them to be able to go about their duties. And it is promise given, promise delivered. Talk and do, President. I want to confirm that since last year, all the assembly members, their details have been taken and their monthly monies have been paid to them from each electoral area for each assembly member. Beyond that, whilst on campus, we also expect that you feel the impact of government. Over the period where Professor Mills introduced the FQ policy, where there's a free, compulsory, basic education, we realized that we are pushing a lot of the students from the basic level to the senior high school level. His Excellency the President started the free, progressive senior high school education. The previous government went on a whole scale to sponsor everyone in the form of a free education. Now the argument is that if you are not able to pay your primary school fees, the junior high school fees, and the senior high school fees, then the likelihood that you will not be able to pay for your university tuition fee is high. So it means that if you don't institute an intervention, you have a lot of you complete at the senior high school level and be stranded at the university level. The reason why, as part of the social contract that we signed with the good people of Ghana, we indicated that before you would run onto the students' loan, you have to be on campus and you have to at least complete your first year. It means that the first year school fees will be borne by your family. So the president decided that before you even get the opportunity to be on the students' loan, let me see how best I'll be able to take care of the first year school fees. And that one too, I want to confirm that His Excellency the President has made provisions and has been paid. The no fee stress policy has been fully implemented and it is fully benefiting students and most definitely the youth of this country. The other one has to do with digital technology. Last time I was speaking at the Vodafone Ashanti Coach program, and we're analyzing the rate at which interventions, technological interventions are coming up. If you look at the first industrial revolution and the second industrial revolution, you realize that it took about a century to produce an engine and an electricity to have an electric-powered machines. It took half a century to have the first computer age, which meant that the first technological advancement came in after 100 years. The second one came in after 50 years. Now, if you look at the trend, when we had the internet age, you realize there's around 20 to 30 years. When we had the issue of a digital technology where you were able to have digital platforms among others in 2010, it's just around 15 years ago. Now we are in an AI generation where we are leaving behind a lot of the internet-related issues, and we are looking at an AI generation. In the next 5-10 years, we are looking at an artificial super intelligence. In the next few years to come, we are looking at humanoid robots who are to take charge of most of the works that are being done manually. We're going to have an AI teacher, an AI construction aides, we are going to have AI doctors and all that. And even currently it is happening. What it means is that for my field as a medical doctor, usually in the Western or the advanced countries, there are robots that are assembled to perform surgeries. So what you do is that you just sit behind it and then you look at how best the machine is functioning and only troubleshoot or come in. So what it means is that a time is coming where most of the jobs that are being executed by humans will be replaced by these humanoid robots. So what it means is that we have to be part of the creation of that future. So when you hear the 1 million coders program, it is not just a campaign rhetoric. It is a policy that is well thought through to make sure every young person becomes a part of the future that is coming. I want to thank His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama for making provision in this regard for the youth of the Republic of Ghana. On a specific term, the Ashanti region, every district, initially we were marked to have 25 centers. Just last week, I had a conversation with the Honorable Minister for Communication, and we have marked out to roll out across every district. And some of the districts have more than one constituency. So under KMA, they're going to have 5 different centers. So as I speak with you now, all 47 constituencies in the region are going to have training centers for the 1 million coders program. Put your hands together for His Excellency the President. In specific terms, here in KNUST, in the first phase, we are training 1,000 KNUST students as part of the 1 million coders program here on campus. So this should give you a bragging right. And as part of that, we are making sure that there are laptops available for all the students. As at the last assessment last month, we had close to 500 students who had applied to enroll. So if you have not applied, apply to enroll. And looking at the numbers, 500 laptops have already been handed over to the school as I speak with you now. Once the registration concludes, the additional 500 will be added so that we have the full complement of the 1,000 laptops to support the coders program allocation to KNUST. So once you're on campus, be proud that this has never happened under any government. And under the government of His Excellency the President, you are having all this done. Beyond that, under NEIP, the government through the NEIP has launched the SEED program. What we have realized is that there are students on campus who are very industrious. Myself, when I was on campus, I used to repair all kinds of gadgets, from computer power packs to televisions to rice cookers. Even as at now, I can still repair them. And it fetched me a good amount of money when I was on campus. And at the point, I had to employ some of my roommates. So they would go around the halls, pick the rice cookers, the hot plates in the daytime. In the evening when I closed from school, then I would sit between the nights and then repair them. And during the daytime, the next day, they will send them to their owners. So when they go and they bring, say, 500 Ghana cedis, then I'll give them their 100 or 150 Ghana cedis. Then I'll keep the rest for the management of the process. Put your hands together for me, I'm an entrepreneur. So my mates, I remember when I became regional minister, there's a medical doctor I fixed his laptop for. So someone gave the regional minister's number to him. So when he dialed it, it appeared, laptop repairer. So the son of the charcoal seller is wearing the white shirt. And then I'm into me there, but someone But we have realized that many students are doing even far better than I did when I was on campus. I remember the last graduation, there was a female valedictorian who shared a story of how she was able to combine entrepreneurship and academics. So what NEIP is doing is that, as of last year, they did recruitments within the region to support small enterprises. ventures and people who are industrious to start their own businesses. Now they want to extend from just the normal community to campuses, and they have launched it. So the address for application, among others, will be made available to your leaders. They will post it on the platform. You share your business concept or idea with them. They will organize for leadership training, business training, and all that. Then after that, they will find capital to help inject in your business so that you are able to expand your innovation so far as entrepreneurship is concerned. A round of applause for any IP in that regard. So these are the interventions and youth-oriented activities that are going on so far as governance are concerned. When it comes to National Apprenticeship Program and all that, that is more for the community, so I wouldn't want to bore you with that. Again, there is a huge intervention by government here on the KNUST campus. And I think I have to share with you so that I can have more bragging rights on campus. There is a KNUST Medical Center, an 800-bed capacity hospital facility, which has spent close to 20 years on campus. So here, as Legon has the UGMC, which serves as the quaternary level hospital for Greater Accra and the country for that matter, we are expected to have that level of hospital here in the region. And if there is any campus to situate such a facility, then definitely it has to be at KNUST, where we have the biggest SMS and most definitely the biggest campus. His Excellency the President, with his commitment to healthcare, has made available 400 million Ghana cedis for the completion of the KNUST Medical Center. So these are key interventions here on campus. So I know that your TESCON group will come to you and will be asking questions on what the government is doing for us as students on campus. When they ask you, mention the no-fee stress. When they ask you, mention the 1,000 share to KNUST of the 1 million CODES program. When they ask you, mention the 400 million intervention so far as the KNUST Medical Center is concerned. Use what is right here as example, and then let them know that there is a wide difference between NDC and MPP. You know, so fantastic. Put your hands together for NDC. Having said that, and in conclusion, I want to encourage you that it is usually beautiful when opportunity meets preparation. Whilst you are on campus, don't expect that leadership will come by you by sympathy. It doesn't work like that. Even the quest to even lead comes with a struggle. I'm sure many of you have attempted elections before. There are times there is no one interested in that election. But once you go and pick a form to contest, contest. That should not be a deterrent. And that should not discourage you from pursuing your dreams. Even the kingdom of God, we say it suffers violence, and the violence shall take it by force. You don't want to take your position by force. Preach on, So you have to be hard. You have to be hard. And you see, my time as NUX president there, this current MPP, the previous MPP government, they showed me Pepe. And you see, when they were showing me that Pepe, I'll share that story later. When they were showing that Pepe, they thought that they were showing me Pepe to break me. They didn't know that it was going to instill perseverance in me. And I studied them. I spent time to study the MPP and their structure. You can ask the youth leaders who were with me during the NUX days. Oh, you go for NUX programs and national security will be following you all over. You have to change cars, about 3 cars before you even reach campus. And I was still in medical school. They will call your lecturers wanting to fail you and all that. But before you fail me in class, you have to fail almost 90% of the class. So before you get to me as a student leader, you have to collapse the school to get to me. And now you have trained me. And I'm here in Ashanti region. And I'm implementing what you trained me to do. And you are crying. So tell them that they should watch out. In previous times where the president was vulnerable. Anyone can just be attacking the president anyhow. So instead of the president having a sound mind to work, every minister, every appointee will be playing gentle, will be doing father for all, and they will have the chance to be attacking the president. Now they don't attack the president though. Everywhere on the radio, Amoakohene, Dr. Amoakohene, open Amoakohene, Dr. Amoakohene, oxygen tree, Dr. Amoakohene, carbon monoxide. They should keep attacking me and nobody. The president should have peace of mind and be working and making sure that Ghana is repositioned. Choboy. So don't be worried. That has been their technique in the Ashanti region for years. Ask the leaders gathered here. You've been parliamentary candidate before, you've always been parliamentary. There were some communities that you could not go there to campaign. When you go there, the kind of insults and words they will use on you. You can ask Professor. The kinds of words they will use on you. You see, and you hear some on social media, right? It's just I remember during the 2020 election, we went to one house, an old lady, I didn't know whether it was urine or whatever. We went to her room, picked it, and if you didn't dodge, she was going to continue there. So it is a difficult terrain. So if you're a young leader and you want to do your politics here in Ashanti region, then you should develop the tenacity to withstand accusation. But I mean, a political party that can accuse me of everything, oxygen, carbon monoxide, if not, what else can they not accuse you of? What else can they not accuse you of? I heard one of them who said that even one Nantino Porino or Titokrana, Dr. Amoakohene. So it should tell you that they have purpose in their mind that even in related and unrelated manners, they will find an opportunity to launch an attack. And it is good for us. You know why? Instead of them spending time to market their candidate, they are spending time marketing Amoakohene. So the time the election is due, when they are going to find their candidate on the ballot box, they won't find him. They will find an MDC candidate on the ballot paper. And their supporters will be confused as to why their candidates or whoever is standing for them, they don't know them. So allow them. Let them go through that phase. Remain focused. Know the key interventions government is doing. Know the things government is doing for the youth. And be well positioned that the NDC is 1,000 better than the MPP. And I repeat this time without number. So I want to assure you on behalf of the president that, know that you have a very formidable father of the region. I am there to support you. I am there to make sure that everything you do as a student leader, everything you do as TEIN brings glory to the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Having said this, I want to say that I have industrial CEOs and regional heads here. You presented your budget to me, right? Who are ready to take care of the budgets. And I was saying, who are ready to take care of the budgets. So what I would do is that I can't remember you know my fan. I was saying. I can't remember you know my fan. 10 presidents and up no. Before being true, I come back to woman with some professor. Okay, so I'll put on the table 10,000 Ghana cedis as a seed money to support your life.